Hey, what's up, you guys? What's going on? It's your girl Vanessa Cabrera here, and I am super excited for today's final episode of the Becoming live streaming series. I'm also freezing. How are you guys doing after that insane winter storm that hit half the country? It's odd because as I'm looking out my window, I see snow here in Texas, and I thought I got away from this crap. I moved from the Midwest, and here we are. All right, guys. So I hope you guys are doing well, staying warm, have electricity, aren't buried too much, all the things. And let's get into it. Okay, so welcome back to the final episode of the Becoming live streaming series, my brand new live streaming series that I started, Lord, in 2025. It's been a minute. And I wanted to wrap this up for you guys. Now, if you guys have been following this series, it's a little different from what I normally speak about. And if you've been following me for a minute, I don't give you guys fluff. I don't BS. I'm pretty direct. And for the past probably year and a half, 2 years, I have been wanting to speak on this more and more because this is really what has been moving the needle forward in my business, in my clients' business, and shocking coming from a strategist that I'm not talking about strategy. What I wanted to hit upon is the entrepreneur behind the strategy and what's really going on in your head and the struggles and the tears and the tribulations and the successes and the wins and all of this. And I wanted to make it more consistent for you guys. Yeah. So in this final episode, we're going to close that loop. Cool. We're going to close that loop today. So I'm going to walk you guys through step by step how to normalize your next level, how to hold on to all these successes and stay there. Yeah. All right. So let's get into it. So if you've ever felt like you're constantly working for that next level, right? But you never quite get there. Yeah. You can see it, you can feel it, you can hear it. You're like, I'm almost there, right? I'm almost there. And then somehow something happens and you find yourself back in that same month again. Yeah. The same stress, the same scramble, the same, I've got to push through, I got to find clients energy. Yeah. And what makes this even more frustrating is that you're not lazy. Yeah. You're not lazy. You're not inconsistent. You're not doing the work. In fact, if I had to guess what most high achieving entrepreneurs, and especially high achieving women entrepreneurs, we do what we do best. We work, right? We're working on it. You're constantly working on it. Yeah. But if hard work was all it took to get there, you had probably already have made it, whatever it is for you. Yeah. So today, again, I wanted to close that loop for you and put this to rest once and for all. Okay. Because your next level doesn't become real just once when you hit it. Okay. Just that one time. It becomes real when you stop treating it like something you have to hustle for or something like this is just a fluke, right? This was just a fluke thing. Yeah. So this episode is about making your next level your new reality. I want you to live there. I want you to stay there. Okay. All right. So hello. If you are new to me, my name is Vanessa Cabrera. I am a master certified NLP business coach and an award-winning social media marketing strategist. And I help my clients really understand how to use all these social media platforms organically to scale their businesses. My clients have hit multiple 5-figure months in record time. I'm talking 90 days or less. Some have even hit their 6-figure payday, and I'm talking about one client, one contract. Yeah. And another client has hit her $1 million mark in being in business for just a year and a half. I share this with you not to boast or brag. I share this to you so you can anchor in the fact that These successes, right? It does not take a lot of time to make a lot of money. It takes courage. This is something my sales coach told me a long time ago. It's stuck in its backs. All right. Okay. So let's get into it. So I want to first start by making sure that you understand where, this roller coaster comes from. Okay. So your unconscious mind prefers what's familiar. Okay. Prefers what's familiar, even if what's familiar is painful. Familiar equals safe. Unfamiliar equals a threat, right? Don't go there. So when your life starts leveling up, yeah, so you're making more money, you are getting more visible, you're getting more visibility, you're getting better clients, you are booking bigger stages, bigger contracts, more peace. Your unconscious doesn't automatically celebrate this. Sometimes it panics because it doesn't recognize that this is the level as your new normal. This is your new normal, right? This is something new. I don't know what this is. Yeah. So every new level feels like it's temporary, like automatically, right? You've ever felt that way? It automatically feels like it's temporary, like this won't last. It's a fluke. So you end up living like success is fragile. It's fragile. Like I know there's been weeks where you might feel where it's slow, right? 1 week is slow. Maybe the month is slow. Okay. And automatically you think it's not working. Something's not working. Or you put up a boundary, right? And then it means you've done something wrong. Okay. Or you feel like rest is dangerous. I spoke about this in another episode, right? So you don't. No, I can't rest, right? I can't wait. Gotta hustle, gotta move, gotta move, gotta move. So you don't normalize a new level. You visit it from time to time, right? Some months you're high, kicking ass, taking names, everything's flowing, everything's working. And other months, whoosh, you crash and burn and nothing's happening. Yeah. Sound familiar? All right. So by the end of this episode, what I want for you is you really understanding how we normalize this. This is something that I've never talked about. And I don't want to gatekeep anymore. Okay. So I'm going to walk you through step by step how to do this. Okay. Where it's not a fluke, it's not a one off, it's not something you have to rebuild every single month. Lord, that sounds exhausting. Right. Hence the burnout. Okay. So we're going to do this in what I call a 3-part installation that stops the reset. Okay. That finally stops the reset. All right. So just stay with me. So let me teach you these first 3-part installments first, and then we're going to do the exercise together. Cool? All right. So normalizing something isn't a mindset thing. Okay. I want you to look at it that it's conditioning, right? We've been downloaded these patterns, right? This condition, this truth. So it's basically a pattern interrupt. Yeah. You normalize a level the same way you normalize anything else in life, but you probably don't know this is what you're doing. Yeah. So we normalize it in 3 ways. Okay. The first is through repetition, right? It's like going to the damn gym. You keep going to the damn gym and you're going to get a rocking body, the damn rocking body, right? Repetition, repetition, repetition. The second is you normalize it through your environment. You see it, you can hear it, you can smell it. It is all around you. Yeah. And then the third part is through micro rituals. Okay. Micro rituals. All right. So this is where most entrepreneurs stay almost there. They stay in that. It's almost there, Vanessa. I'm almost there. Yeah. Because they never install these 3 things on an unconscious level. Yeah. All right. So let's get into installation number one. Okay. Repetition. So I want you to look at it as if you're proving it daily. Okay. Proving it daily. Once you start doing this, this will just become your new habit, right? So your nervous system learns through repetition, not hype. Okay. This is why affirmations don't always work. Don't get me wrong. Don't come at me. I love affirmations, right? But this is very different. Okay. It runs through repetition. So if you want your next level to feel normal, we need a daily proof behavior. What does that mean? So this is not a big dramatic action. Okay. These are just slight tweaks, very small tweaks that make a monster difference. Okay. It's not a new identity montage. You don't need a new brand. You don't need a new website. You don't need to fix your messaging. This is all internal, right? So it's a small, consistent behavior that tells your brain, this is how we roll. This is who we are now. Okay. So daily proof behaviors look like this. Okay. These are just some examples, but while you're going through this exercise, I want you guys to write down what comes first to you. Okay. This all makes sense in that. All right. So daily proof behaviors look like 2 follow-ups a day, no matter what. Okay. 2 follow-ups a day, no matter what. 1 sales ask a day, ask for the business. Okay. 20-minute CEO block every morning, non-negotiable. Okay. Post 3 times a week, 3 to 4 times a week, non-negotiable. Delegate 1 task a day. I think I also hit upon this in the series as well about delegating, asking for help, right? Pitch 3 rooms a week. Send 1 proposal a week about your training, about your speaking, coaching, whatnot, your service. Yeah. And or 10 minutes cleaning up your pipeline daily. That's it. Okay. That's all it is. Right. So these are daily proof behaviors. Okay. So you don't normalize your next level with intensity. Okay. You normalize it with consistency. All right. So let's try to pattern interrupt this for you. Okay. So most entrepreneurs, they live in spurts. They do spurts, meaning you do a sprint, right? Maybe a visibility sprint. You've seen those like 30-day live streaming challenges, reels challenges, all of that, right? Sales sprints, whatnot, content creation. Then you crash. You push through, and then you disappear because you just need a minute. You grind, and then you reset. Okay. So that cycle becomes very familiar. Okay. Hustle, reset, hustle, reset, hustle, reset. This is very common with entrepreneurs. I know because I used to do it. Okay. I remember this, oh my God, clear as day. I was having a private session with my coach, and we were trying to figure out, I always do this. We're trying to figure out why I couldn't push past through, I think it was like 10K. Why I just couldn't push past my money ceiling. I knew it was something internal, and I'm like, what am I doing? It's not about strategy. It wasn't my messaging. It wasn't posting. It was none of that, right? So we were having this discussion, and I remember she told me, she's like, all right, Vanessa, let's do this. She's like, what's the most amount of money you've ever made in your business? And I remember I had to think about it. I'm like, oh shit, I don't even know. Let me think. And at that point, I think it was either 48K or 58K in a day. I remember because then I did a post about it. I remember the 8 rhyme. So it was either 48K or 58K. I think it was 58K in a day. And I believe that was maybe 2 or 3 private clients and a corporate training contract for a year, something like that. Right. And so she's like, okay. And she's like, then what happened? I said, then I went to work. I started working with my private clients and things like that. And she goes, okay. She goes, what you've done or what you tend to do is that you make a lot of money and then you chill, right? Then you chill then you start to see that bank account going down, down, and down, and then you rev back up again. And damn it if she wasn't right. And I didn't even know I was doing this. I was like, holy crap. She's like, go look at your bank account and see what happened. Then mirrors what you did. I'm sure you upped your visibility. I'm sure you were looking for stages. I'm sure, all of this. And damn it, was she right? Yeah. So it was a pattern interrupt. So I realized then I wasn't building my new level, or I wasn't able to stay there and hold it. I was rehearsing a reset over and over and over again. Yeah. So we're ending that today because I've been through it. I felt it. It was aggravating, right? What am I doing wrong? All the things. Cool. All right. So that's installation number 1. Okay. Prove it daily. Installation number 2 is your environment, right? So we want to make it easy to stay there, right? And a lot of that has to do with your environment. Okay. So your environment is either reinforcing your old baseline or conditioning you for your new one. Okay. You may be like half and half right now. Because your environment is basically like a silent coach. It'll show you what's pulling you down and what's bringing you up. Okay. So if your next level is organized, calm, high ticket, consistent, okay, but in the background, your environment screams chaos, scrambling, last minute, trying to figure it out, all of it. Guess which one your nervous system is going to choose? Yeah. All right. So these are just some examples of what an environment upgrade can look like. Okay. Again, I want you guys to choose what makes best sense for you and where you're at right now. Okay. But these are just some examples. So the first one is very simple: clean your workspace. I had a client that I've had many clients actually. It's been interesting that they're very auditory digital. They are in their heads often, all the time, and they have all these amazing ideas and they want to do all the things, but they can't focus on one in particular, right? They're scrambling. Okay. So a lot of the times that was my job, is to help them focus on one, just one. Stay here, stay right here for a second. Okay. So one of the simple things that you could do is you can clean your workspace. Okay. Remove chaos cues. And that can mean different things. It can mean just like cleaning up your office. It can mean cleaning up your desktop, finally organizing your content, whatever that means for you. Right. The second is put your follow-up list where you can't avoid it. Okay. Where it is clear. Okay. The third, and this is probably my favorite and what made a monster difference in my business and in my career, is I removed apps, people, and or groups that triggered comparison spiral. Okay, comparison spiral. Meaning I would be scrolling, and since I surround myself with badass women entrepreneurs, I would often wonder, be like, well, why did she get that stage and I didn't? Right? Why did she get that contract and I didn't? The comparison, Lord, comparing yourself to other people is very, very real, right? I often talk to my son about this because, as much as I love social media for business purposes, I hate it for my child because I can't even imagine growing up in this day and age with social media at my hands, right? Comparing myself to all the other kids out there who are trying to be influencers and cool, and all of that was hard enough growing up without technology, comparing yourself to your classmates, right? So I want to make this real for you because this is shit I help grown ass women fight through, deal with, right? It never ends. I tell that to my son who's 11. I'm like, dude, I help grown ass women. I've gone through this myself as a full grown adult, trying not to compare myself to anybody else. It's difficult, right? Until I finally put my foot down. And as I was scrolling, anyone that triggered me, it's not them, it's me. right? It's the breakup. I broke up with them online. It's not you, it's me, girl. Okay. So I would either unfollow them. You can unfollow people and still be friends with them so they don't know, or just flat out just broke up with them because whatnot, right? They triggered me in some way that brought me down. Okay. The same thing went for networking groups. Okay. Or some groups that I was involved in that I was like, this is no longer serving me. What am I doing? Right. I don't feel good when I go to this group. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Same thing with apps. If you know TikTok is sucking your life away, and I get it, been there, guilty, right? And it's just too hard for you to concentrate and focus, and you're just constantly reaching for it, delete it. If you can. I get it. This is difficult, right? So they're just a handful of examples of what an environment upgrade looks like. Cool? So essentially, we're asking our nervous system to hold a level in an old environment, and that's really difficult to do, right? You can't ask your nervous system to hold a new level in an old environment. Won't work. Yeah. All right. So that's installation number 2. Installation number 3 is micro rituals. This is my favorite. This is my favorite. All right. Okay. So micro rituals is where we actually flip the switch before the move. Okay. Flip the script before the move. So, meaning micro rituals are how you train safety into success, right? So it's safe for you to go there. Okay. So, again, not affirmations you repeat while still avoiding the action. I'm a fan of affirmations, don't come at me, but they won't move the needle forward. Okay, remember, your unconscious believes what you do even more than what you say. Yeah, your unconscious mind believes what you do more than what you say. All right, so let's give you one micro ritual example. Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 of mine. Okay, these are 2 of my micro rituals. So, my morning ritual, don't panic. I'm not getting up at 5 a.m. and going for a run and working out and doing cold plunges. No way in hell. That is not me. Okay. My micro ritual is this: I do not scroll. Okay. I do not scroll. I do not grab my phone first thing in the morning and start scrolling. Okay. This was very, very hard for me to do. Okay. It's a really, really hard habit for me to stop doing. Okay. But once I got in there, holy cow, the difference that it made, because here's the truth. Okay. When you grab your phone the first thing in the morning and you're in bed scrolling, right? You don't get to decide how you start your day. You allow other people's energy, opinions, fears, anger, whatever the case may be, start your day. Because you don't know what the hell you're opening up, right? I want you to start in your own mind. Yeah. So another rule I had is I don't consume before I create. Right? You may have heard me say that I want you to start creating more content than you consume. Okay. Sometimes I had a rule of thumb for one of my private clients where I'm like, you can't scroll until you post. And she was like, damn. But little by little, it got easier for her. And on top of that, she started getting all these ideas because she had the bandwidth and the space to actually think what she wanted to say rather than scrolling, right? Content comes at us 24/7, 365 days. We never close 7-Eleven style, right? So how are you supposed to gather your thoughts of what you really want to say to your audience when you're constantly consuming? Yes, yes? So that's one micro ritual. I do not grab my phone first thing in the morning. Okay. My second micro ritual is a CEO habit, what I call a CEO habit now. Okay. So in my daily baseline, I've been doing this really, really consistent, I'd say for probably like a year and a half now. It's relatively new. But it's the 3 done rule. 3 things. Okay. Just 3 things. So every morning, because I'm not scrolling, I'm like, okay, what 3 things do I have to get done today for business that are non negotiable. I have to get these 3 things done today. Okay. 3 means 3. 3 means done. That's it. Cool. Yeah. So then the day doesn't feel so overwhelming and I'm done a hell of a lot earlier. I'm not thinking about the 27 other things I have to do, right? Just 3. What are the 3 main things? And let me tell you, this micro ritual has elevated my business to another level because I have more time to think, more time to create, go for walks, hang out with my son, whatever the hell I want to do, right? Because I know these 3 things move the needle forward. Yeah. Okay. So those are the 3 installations. Okay. So grab your pad and pen or your AI. Okay. We're going to do this exercise together. Cool. All right. So first thing I want you guys to do is I want you to write down these 5 things. Okay. The first, number 1 is my next level is blank space. Okay. What does your next level look like to you? Is it money? Is it clients? Is it visibility? Is it peace? Leadership? Right? Very simple. My next level is. Cool. Number 2, my reset pattern is. So I want you guys to call out your pattern. Okay. When you take a minute and think about this, it will come to you. Or maybe you already know it, right? My reset pattern is I speed up, I control, I go numb, I disappear. So essentially, I want you guys to write how you self-sabotage. Yeah, how you self-sabotage. So my reset pattern is fill in the blank. Number 3, my proof behavior for 7 days is, okay, so choose one. My proof behavior for 7 days is, don't worry, I'm going to walk you guys through this, okay? Number 4, my 15-minute environment upgrade is, right? So you can decide today, okay, while I'm scrolling 15 minutes, I'm going to decide who stays, who goes. Who you breaking up with and who stays. Yeah. And then number 5 is my micro ritual is. Just choose one for all of these. That's it. Cool. All right. Now we're going to keep it more simple. Okay. So now we're just going to write down these 3 things. Okay. Let's compact this for you. So these 3 things I want you to write down. My next level is. Okay. My next level is. Number 2, my proof behavior is. Okay, what is my daily proof behavior? And number 3, my micro ritual is. What is your micro ritual in your head? Okay. All right, so let me give you some categories on how you can figure this out. Okay, so for this entire series, I've given you 3 pillars to focus on. Okay, I tried my best to give you the same 3 pillars. So the same thing goes for this episode. So the first one that we're going to focus on, those 3 categories or pillars have been money and sales, visibility and leadership. And then this one's a little new. I don't think I've hit this, but it's CEO habits. Okay. CEO habits. So those are 3 categories. You can answer the 3 questions I just asked, and we'll put it in such a way. So I'm going to give you guys examples of what this looks like. Okay. All right. So the first pillar or category, money plus sales, if you answer these questions, these 3 questions, my next level is 30K months without burnout. Okay. That's what your next level goal is. That's what it looks like to you. Okay. My next level is 30K months without the burnout. My proof behavior is make 1 offer daily. That's it. My proof behavior is make 1 offer daily. My micro ritual is no scroll until I send my first outreach. Okay. No scrolling until I send out my first outreach. Cool. All right. For the next category, visibility plus leadership, an example could be this. So my next level is authority in my industry. I want to be looked at as an authority figure. Cool. My proof behavior is 5 value comments daily on LinkedIn. Meaning when you're scrolling, you actually engage and you comment on other people's content. but it's got to be real. No bullshit, no fluff. No, let me try to land this client. Let me comment. No, ma'am. We're not doing that, right? Where you genuinely want to be a part of the conversation. You probably take a lot of time creating your content. You want engagement. It's a two-way street, boo, right? So my proof behavior is 5 value comments daily on LinkedIn. Yeah. My micro rituals is comment before consuming. Okay. Comment before consuming. So again, these are just examples. So the third category is CEO habits. So this can look something like this. My next level is calm, calm execution and clean follow through. That's how you want to flow as a CEO. My next level is calm execution and clean follow through. My proof behavior is plan tomorrow before I log off today. Plan tomorrow before I log off today. Okay. My micro ritual is write 3 priorities, then close the laptop. So this is genuinely what I do. Okay. Before I end the day, I'm like, okay, really quickly, these 3 things I got to get done tomorrow. Right. So then when I wake up, I'm like, what I got to do? 1, 2, 3, done. Let's go to work. Yeah. Cool. This makes sense? Helpful? Okay. So in episode 1 of this live streaming series, the Becoming live streaming series, we talked about how success didn't feel safe. When success doesn't feel safe. Yeah. So as we walk through the series showed you patterns, control, over responsibility, fear, avoidance, perfectionism, right? Okay. Episode 8, this episode is the installation and rewiring all of that. Does that make sense? And in each episode, I gave you an exercise, really quick 5-minute exercise, okay, to rewire, rewire what's going on. So because your next level doesn't require you to become more talented, it doesn't require more effort. You don't have to work harder. If you're already a high achieving entrepreneur, especially a high achieving woman entrepreneur, and you've built something real, you have clients, you have a reputation, the contracts are coming in, you definitely do not need to work harder. Something is already working. Yeah. At this stage of the game, it just requires you to become more normalized in where you are now. Yeah. This 3-part installation that I just walked you through will create the baseline to normalize just that. This is how it's done. Okay. Cool, cool. All right. So I have homework for you. I have homework for you, or a challenge. All right. So I want you to pick your proof behavior, right? Your daily proof behavior, one thing. Remember, just one thing. And I think I gave you guys like 7 or 8 examples, right? And for the next 7 days, I want you to do that one proof behavior daily. Okay, that one proof behavior daily, non-negotiable. We're not rebuilding a plan. We're not doing an entire strategy. We're not starting over. Just one thing daily for the next 7 days. Okay, so today's Tuesday. If you're not going to do it on Saturday and Sunday, fine. So that means Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. No, wait, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday. Okay, so come back. I'll give you Tuesday, week from today. Okay, 7 days. You can DM me and say done. Okay, just DM me and say done for those of you who need the accountability, which I get. Yeah. So this is the real deal, guys. This is the kind of work I actually do with my clients. A lot of people think it's strategy, and that's certainly part of it. But this is the mindset work, or what my sales coach used to say, working that courage muscle day in, day out, week in, week out of what's really moving the business forward, right? So if you know that this is the kind of stuff that you really need to work on, right? These blocks, and figure out, why am I still here? Why am I still stuck? I've been here, all the things, okay? And you're interested in working with me, I'm going to put a link in this live stream That live stream is going to send you to my proof of work page where you will see different women and how we worked together, the problems that they had, how we worked through it, the results that they got, right? You'll see a button that says apply now. You will fill out a quick questionnaire because I really just want to get to know who you are a little bit better, where your struggles are a little bit more. And if you're interested in working with me either privately or through my group coaching program called the Courage Container, I am still taking interviews. Okay. Go ahead. You can click on that link to schedule some one-on-one time together. We can certainly see on that call where the holes are in your business, but more so where you really are, like what's really going on. Okay. That you're afraid to tell anybody else. You know, it's usually not strategy, that I could tell you. Cool. Especially now with AI in this era. Cool, cool. All right, so I will drop that link in the live stream somewhere. Cool, cool. So here's the thing. I don't want you just to visit this level from time to time. I want you to move in. I want you to live there. If you feel like you're almost there, wherever there is, right? And you can see it, you can smell it, you can hear it, then you probably are. These are just small micro adjustments that we need to make when it comes to talking about money, your mindset, these patterns, right? That you may not even know that you're doing, okay? That will really make the difference. So again, these women who are inside the Courage Container, who are working privately with me, they want to normalize 30K months. That's what they're going after. They just don't know. They just don't know what they don't know until they know. Does that make sense? All right, guys, I had an absolute blast on this live streaming series. If you watched every single one, thank you so much for hanging with me. If you've watched here and there, I hope you got something out of it. I have had you guys reach out. I see the messages coming through and the emails coming through of like, if you've missed this episode, that episode, me and my team are putting it all together. Where you guys can access all 8 of these, plus little bonuses as well. As soon as we have that ready, we will let you know. Cool? All right, guys. Thanks so much for hanging, and I'll see you online. Peace.